Well, hello there. Welcome, once again, one and all, to my humble abode. Back there you'll see my fish, eggs. Up here you'll see my mug. And over there you'll see Dragon Age, Inquisition, which we're going to play some of today. But let's not talk about that just yet. Let's instead talk about Scotch whiskey. I don't have any beer. And frankly, I don't want any beer right now. Beer does weird things to me. But you know what doesn't? Scotch whiskey. This right here is a bottle of Laphroaig Select. This is a bottle I got last Christmas. Last Christmas, I gave you my booze. And that was not very good, and I'm sorry about that. I apologize. This year, I'll be getting some Linny's Aquavit, because that's what I want to drink this Christmas. But last year, I was drinking Laphroaig Islay Single Malt Scotch Whiskey. And hand-selected oak casks for perfect balance and flavor. The most richly flavored of all Scotch whiskies. Established 1815, they say. I'm going to go ahead and read you the bottle here. And as you can see, I have drank most of this. But most of that drinking was done months and months and months ago. I'm down to the very bottom of it, and I've actually kind of almost forgotten what it tastes like. So, this special Laphroaig is created from carefully selected casks of each of our key styles, stretching back in time with one notable addition. The heart of the spirit is drawn from a final maturation in new American oak casks, rarely used for Scotch whiskey maturation. Bottled at natural color, the result is an exquisite Laphroaig with our trademark peat reek, matched by an additional layer of complexity and depth brought about by the fusion of the maturation styles and different oaks. Hello, Laura. Welcome. I'm going to try some booze. Again, because it's booze I've already had. I'm most of the way through this bottle, but I haven't drank any of it in... It was like last Christmas. We had a lot of it around the holidays, and then I put it on a shelf, and then it moved to a new house with me. And that's my whole story. That's what I've got for you. Anyway, got a big old rock in there. Because back in the day, I used to like my scotch neat, but then at some point or another, my brother introduced the concept to me that the flavor changes over the course of a glass. And the experience changes with it. And so it was actually fun to try different types of scotch. So that is or scotch with ice in it. So you get different flavors of scotch. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. I remember this is the one that my mother got mad at me about. Because we'd be sitting there hanging out on Christmas. Or around the Christmas holiday with the family gathered round. And then I would have a glass of this, and she would smell the peatiness, the peatiness of it, and be like, "Oh my God, it smells like burning tires in here." And then she would need to go in another room, which is a useful thing to know about one's mother. If I'm being honest, she kind of played her hand there, and I've played that card a few. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, there's a definite peat reek going on here. In fact, that's where I get my name, Patrick. Peat reek. That's some smoky ass scotch, boy. Damn, boy. It is smoky. It is peaty. It is if I had to put this in terms of a musical note. That's not even a baritone. That's a bass. That's not a bwah. That's not a bwah. That's like a bwah of a note. But then there's other stuff going in there too. So there's a couple of bwahs, and there is not a single So you don't have to worry about that. Maybe some string instruments. Mostly horns in here. Mostly horns in this glass. For you synesthetics out there. But again, as it's melting the ice, the flavor and the experience changes. And I'm not getting too many. Like, I could say roasted chestnuts, certainly. Most of the flavors down here are roasty toasty at the moment. But I think as the glass goes on, it will thin out, and I'll start getting some of the notes of like toffee, or maybe some honey and heather, that kind of thing. So I'll be curious to see where this glass goes over the course of this big old ice cube I got working for me here. In the meantime, I got myself a big old glass full of regular water, because I'm not just going to get tanked on scotch. I need legitimate hydration here. So I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Gonna get to it. We'll start playing them there video games. The vid games are what the people come here for, so I'm gonna give it to them.